I'll just get that piece if you want to record it. Special.
come.
Welcome back to Riyadh for the second half of semi-finals day at the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters. Now, if you missed the action this afternoon, we've got some good news and some bad news. The good news, tonight, it's an age-old classic. It's age versus experience. It's Wales versus China. It's a 3-time world champion playing a man who's basically got all the talent to do exactly the same. The bad news is, this afternoon was an absolute classic, featuring a magician and a man who's simply ace.
That match had everything, didn't it? You know, from start to finish, two of the great champions of our sport going toe-to-toe out there in battle. At one point, Murphy, you know, he's won that respot. You think, is he going to sort of kick on from there? Judd sort of extended the lead again. The whole way through, you just fancied it going the distance. It deserved to go the distance. And how Judd came through that in the end, I've got no idea. But he's winning, and that's just what he does.
He really does. And talking about Judd Trump, I mean, we talk about the future of the game. Who's the guy going to step into the Ronnie O'Sullivan breach? Is he becoming the face of snooker? Is he stoppable?
Yeah, we see very unstoppable at the moment, you know, because today it wasn't like the open game that we expected with lots of big breaks. It was a bit more of a war of attrition. But Judd Trump has become very quickly a complete player now, and he's a winner, and he loves winning. And you have to play your very, very best to beat him, no matter who it is. And when the chips were down, he sort of rallied, and he played superbly well, held himself together. He's got great temperament, and he's got an insatiable appetite of winning, and that's exactly how he got through today.
He really is a perennial winner. And as for tonight, however, this one really is a tough one to call. Mark Williams and Si Jiahui. Steve, in that youth versus experience, when it comes to snooker, what attribute in the top trumps is the best one to have?
Well, I suppose that probably would be the dream combination, wouldn't it, if you could have youth and experience. But, you know, it's going to be an interesting encounter, this, because Mark Williams, he's sort of gone under the radar in this event. I feel he's not really been tested that much the last 2 matches he's played. He's got a very big test tonight against Si Jiahui, who played exceptionally well last night to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan. Let's not forget, he's into the top 16 for the very first time in his long career, hopefully. He'll be absolutely buzzing to get underway tonight. And, you know, I can't call this one. Their last meeting in the World Championship went the distance 10-9. This could well go the distance as well.
Absolutely right. That's what we think. Let's find out what the players think about playing in this glorious arena.
非常的好，然后他的思想。
So much class, so much respect, so much ability. Now, would you look at that? In terms of age, not much between them. But how about this? They've only played each other once before. That was at the World Championship, and that went to a final frame decider, which Mark Williams described that clear-up as one of the best he's ever seen in a deciding frame ever. So if that isn't a tee up for this, I don't know what is. So without further ado, it's time to bring the boys out so we can hand to here.
Welcome, snooker fans all around the world. Masal al khair. This is the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters. 1 down, 1 to go. Judd Trump through to the final, but tonight the old school meets the new school on the base. So let's welcome our players into the arena. Up first, a young star flying the flag for China, the 2023 World Championship semi-finalists. Let's hear it for Si Jiahui. Is a snooker superstar, a Welsh sporting icon, a former world champion. Let's hear it for the Welsh potting machine, Mark Williams.
Well, as Dave Hendon adumbrated there, that was a Super Snooker Saudi Saturday final that we now have Mark Williams and Judd Trump. Well, we got a fist bump at the end there.
Yeah, it's a big win for me. You know, I'm an old man now. That's pretty much. I think you're bound to guarantee me in every tournament now. The last 16 of tour champs is almost, you know, everything. So I might have a couple of months off now.
Well, you got a final tomorrow.
Yeah, all right, all right, cover that one.
And also, I mean, we heard one of the VTs you were saying, my eyes are going, I'm an old man. Well, whatever you're doing, it's working. In fact, Steve said, I can't wait for my eyes to go so we can start playing like you.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, my eyes are deteriorating pretty quick, to be honest. But, you know, long ones, I see 3 reds and I walk the same for the one in the middle. So that's what I'm doing. And, you know, I have looked into getting my eyes done, but I'm guessing all right at the minute, so I'm not gonna bother.
In terms of your snooker IQ, people talk about you being one of the cleverest snooker players in the game.
Yeah.
Is that something that's improved over the years, or have you had to work on that?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe if you look now, I may be probably a better all-round player now than I was 20 years ago. I'm not a good long ball potter. I wish I could have my long game 20 years ago, but I think all-round, I'm better now than I've ever been. And I think that's what's winning me the matches, you know.
And I think actually that's testament to the kind of the class of 90 that I know you don't like us necessarily talking about, but the evolution that those players have gone through, Steve.
Yeah, you know, legends of the games, aren't they? Still knocking around and still doing the business. Mark, I just want to ask, obviously, aside from how well you obviously played tonight, 4-2, that was a massive frame, wasn't it? That red that Si's decided to take on down the rail, you want him to go for that, don't you?
Well, I thought he could have played it in a way where if he plays for the black, I can't pot it.
Yeah.
He just did it all wrong. I'm not sure if he had a kick on anything, but, you know, even though it's there and I'm thinking I got a great chance to clear up, all of a sudden you put yourself under pressure for no reason. I mean, you cleared up 99 times out of 100, but I knew how big he was, and if I cleared up, you know, probably win me the match. But then the next frame, he put a long red, I had 130 odds. So.
But that cushion, again, it just sort of broke the back of the match, really, didn't it, you know?
Yeah, it did, but then, obviously, you know, he put a long red off my break at 130 odd. I mean, he just looks so good when he's in, you know. He's only young, so, you know, he beat me in the World Championship first round 10-9, so nice to get one back.
Mark, you've got the inaugural final tomorrow, but the real competition, the one that your family's really looking forward to, is Joel on Sunday.
Oh,
your little son, never heard of him.
He's got a junior comp, is he? Oh, well, thank God I'm going to take it. Someone else's job, that is.
Well, I'm sure he's watching at home. And in terms of your middle son, Kian, he's playing pool, I think, in November in Malta, isn't he, at the Junior World?
Yeah, the one plays a lot of 8-ball pool, the other one plays snooker. Drives me nuts. You know, obviously he plays a lot more than me, my youngest, but he loves it. And who knows? You never know. He might be on the circuit one day.
Isn't it cool? It must be a thrill for you to see they've come and watched you play for years and years, and to not go the opposite direction, but to actually go, I want a piece of the action as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, I've gone to watch him play in like under 14s and that. I went to Bosnia for a few days watching him, and you know, it's hard because I play myself. When you see him missing easy balls, you know, it's hard to, you know, but it is hard for me, but I enjoy it, and he loves it. That's the thing.
And have you seen some of the dishes he's made against Hendry in exhibition, Steve?
Ridiculous. He's definitely got a bit of his old man in him.
Well, the big question is, will you play long enough so that as seniors you could play against each other?
Oh, I don't know about that.
He'll still be knocking around when his lad's on the tour. Don't worry about that.
I'll keep going for as long as I can. Like I said, before the season, well, 2 seasons ago, I just wanted to see where my game is when I'm 50 years of age and see if I can be in the top 16. I think that'd be a good enough achievement for me. I'm only 6 months away from my 50th, and I think I'm almost guaranteed to be in the top 16 now. So, you know, a part of my back for myself for staying in there at 50 years of age, and let's see where I can be, maybe in the top 10. I don't know. Time I'm 50, let's have a look.
Just final question. Is there a sense of pride in doing that?
I think it is because, you know, I have been around a long time, 92 when I first started professional, and I think people forget I went down for a couple of seasons to like 47 in the rankings, looking like I could drop off, you know. So what a turnaround. Another 10 years later, I'm in the top 10, I think it is now. So
well in the top 10.
Well in the top 10. I mean, something I couldn't have dreamed of. I'm definitely not in the top 10 because I practice a lot. I can guarantee you that.
Well, a few years after that, you then became world champion. But as for tomorrow, we cannot wait for a final to kick off. Judd Trump and Mark Williams. A massive reminder, though, it will not be on Eurosport. It will be on Discovery Plus. So whatever you do, set your alarms, set your calendars, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you are watching it on Discovery Plus, and as well as other digital platforms around the world as well. It's an absolute pleasure always to talk to Mark Williams. What an ambassador of the game he is.
He's unbelievable, isn't he? He's just class, such a class. You know, he's been an idol of mine right from a young boy myself, and to be stood here alongside him, you know, talking to him and witnessing. I was up there in the crowd watching him. How he goes about his business. He is class.
And his heart rate remains the same before, during, and after. Actually, he was one of my favourite players growing up. I remember watching him, Matthew Stevens, the final, I think the World's 2002, the All Welsh affair. Heroes then, heroes now, but who will be the hero that will lift this inaugural trophy for the very first time in the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters? There is only one way to find out. It will be the best of 19, 2 sessions, all on the TV table, obviously, and we kick off our coverage at 2 o'clock local time, 12 o'clock British summer time. One final reminder, Discovery Plus is where you're going to see history made. We'll see you then. Have a very good night.